Hi, I'm Arielle Ford, and welcome to Meet the Experts. My very special guest today is Debbie Heneghan, and she is an author, speaker, coach who helps people go from pain to peace. Welcome, Debbie.
Thank you.
So great
Nice to be
meet
here,
you.
Arielle. Thank you for having me.
So, pain to peace? What do you mean by that?
First of all, everyone in this world experiences the pain of the death of a loved one at some point or another in their life. And I want to help people take that pain and turn it into a healing, positive energy for themselves so that they can move forward with their life. The bottom line is we can't control death, and we can't control when it's going to happen for us or anyone that we love. And because of that, we need to find a way to be able to embrace it and turn it around so that we can move forward with our life.
I have to ask you, how did you get interested in this subject?
I got interested in it because my sister passed away 24 years ago when I was 15 years old, and ever since we've had a beautiful spiritual connection that I just wish to share with everyone. And so my experience has taken me from different places in my life to just beauty because of the inspiration and the love and the comfort that I received from her from the other side. So it's this spiritual connection that I believe we're all meant to have. And it's just so remarkably healing and loving and comforting. To me, it's one of the best experiences that you'll ever feel in your life. And it really does, by reaching out and connecting to loved ones on the other side, it really does help you get beyond that void and the pain that you feel from your loss. And the best part about all of this is that everyone can do this on your own.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. So I know there are definitely people watching us right now who are going through the grieving process. They've lost a loved one. How would you tell them to start to begin to access the other side? How do they do this?
I actually have put together a couple of core fundamentals to help people start embarking on this journey. And a couple of the first things that people can do is, number one, have faith. And I know that sometimes that's really hard because when you go through the loss of a loved one, sometimes you question, is there a God? Is there a higher power? And what I try to say to people is make sure that you have faith in your higher power, have faith in yourself, but also have faith and trust in knowing that our loved ones do indeed live on, because they do. So once you can get beyond that pain and find a little bit of faith, you need to work through your grieving process. There are so many deep emotions that people feel from a loss, and it's so important to go through those emotions and let them out, process them, feel them, and accept them so that you can eventually let them go so that you can get to a healing place. Because once you're in a healthier state, you're more open to be able to reach out and connect to your loved ones on your own and be able to receive messages. If you're buried in deep emotions, you're really blocking it. It becomes a fog, and you may be missing some of the messages that may be coming in.
Right. Now, I know you're doing some really unique things. Tell us about some of those.
I am. I spend a lot of time on this subject because, of course, I'm very passionate about it, since I have spent literally the last 24 years of my life firsthand experience communicating with my sister on the other side, more or less reaching out to her in a time of need, maybe when I need a little bit more love or comfort or just that boost of energy to continue forward with different challenges in life. And so I talk about this and provide advice on this via my radio show, which is held weekly on SQR.FM. And on there, of course, I take callers' questions. I deal with questions through email and chat room, but it's a really good forum to be able to talk about this spiritual connection for the experiences that I've gone through, as well as other people's experiences.
Can you share some stories with us about people that you've helped guide to connect with the other side and what occurred for them?
Yeah, there are several stories that I like to share, one of which was a woman that I worked with for probably a couple years, on and off, for different challenges that she was faced with. And I like to share this story because some of the things that she's gone through is what I found very common across many of my clients, and that is that a lot of us have the belief that we can't ask for help or that we shouldn't. It's a sign of weakness. And we also have a belief that no matter what happens in our life, we have to be strong and we can't let our emotions out. And what I want everyone to know, and this was her case as well, is that it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually the reverse. It's a sign of strength and even confidence to be able to let out your emotions and be able to ask for help when you need it. So I helped her to get to that comfort level of asking for help, and then we talked about asking for help from her loved ones on the other side. And she always had a really great connection with her grandmother that passed away 30 years ago. So one time in her life when she was going through a divorce, which many people do, and she was trying to make those decisions for her and her children, she at that point felt comfortable enough to ask for help from her grandmother. And that night when she went to sleep, she felt her grandmother caress her cheek and her hair. And it was the overwhelming feeling of comfort and love, and most of all, the strength and energy that she needed to continue forward with life. So she received just that extra little bit of boost of energy and strength that she needed to just pick up the pieces and continue forward.
Well, it sounds like by not connecting with your loved ones on the other side, you're missing out on the opportunity to have a guardian angel or angels that are just waiting to help you.
Absolutely. In fact, I love that you said that, because my loved ones on the other side, I call them my cheering section. They literally cheer me on for every step that I take in my life, and they're also my angels in my pockets. So it's just the most amazing experience, and it's, to me, again, the spiritual connection that everyone can have on your own is one that I think is so important for people to understand, because to get through that pain that you have and the void and those deep emotions, you can receive a healing from them, and it's more like a healing for both ways. And it's a resource that is available for all of us to tap into if we feel comfortable doing that.
So for the viewers that want to access your wisdom, what's the best way to reach you?
Through my website, which is closerthanyouthinkthebook.com.
Closerthanyouthinkthebook.com.
That's
okay,
correct.
Great. And where's your radio show?
My radio show is on sqr.fm, and that is aired every week on Wednesdays.
sqr.fm. Okay, great.
And I also provide 3- and 4-week teleseminars talking about this topic and going through case studies with the group of individuals that are part of the teleseminar. And for those that would like the one-on-one approach, I do provide personal and life coaching as well.
Wow, well, you are a fascinating woman. Thanks so much for being with me
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a great subject, one that a lot of people really need.